Greetings, awesome tribe of waste not warriors. With today's project, I'm honoring a friend, a neighbor as a matter of fact. Molly lives in a barn and a field down the street from me. She loves it when she gets visitors. So when I found this sweet vintage curtain with not only horses on it, but barns too, I knew I had to make a skirt named Molly. I got to work unpicking the seams and found out that there was a separate piece attached, and I unpicked that too. Altogether, I had a large piece of fabric that was 45 inches wide by 88 inches long, and an extra piece that was 45 inches long by 4.5 inches wide, easily enough to make a generous skirt. After I unpicked the seams and pressed it, I cut the fabric exactly in half, and then I placed the pieces right ways up, right sides together. I sewed the side seams together twice for strength, making a cylinder shape for the skirt. In keeping with the retro theme, I decided to do what's called a paper bag design, creating a wide waist cinched with elastic or a tie. And it's very easy to do. I'll show you the elastic method first. Turn the top of the waist over by 1/4 inch and then over again by 2 3/4 inches to make a wide channel, and then press it to make it behave. Sew all around the edge of the channel, leaving a 3 to 4 inch gap at the back where you'll be threading the elastic through in a minute. Now here comes the magic. Make another straight stitch all the way around 1 inch from the top of the fold. This is what's going to give you that wonderful ruffle effect. Now measure your waist where your skirt will sit and deduct 2 inches to get the measurement for the elastic. I find that 1 inch wide elastic is the best for this kind of project, and it's easily available at any of the big stores, like my Amazon store, which is linked below, for example. Now thread your elastic through the bottom channel of the waistband, pull it through and stitch it together firmly, and then you can stitch the gap closed by hand if you like. And the final thing to do at that point would be to take up the hem to whatever length you want your skirt to be, and you're done! Yay! Now, because I have my own clothing line that I sell, another shameless plug, I like to make things a little more fancy and fun. So with this skirt, I added a tie waist using that extra piece of fabric I told you about before. I cut the extra piece of fabric in half lengthways. It came out to be about 2.5 inches wide, which was perfect. I sewed the two pieces together end to end, making a long strip about 100 inches or so. Then I stitched it along the edge, wrong sides together, and turned it right sides out. At the front of the waist, I created 2 buttonholes to thread the tie belt through. It looked cute, but I really don't recommend doing it that way. It's a hassle. So I'm going to show you on a different skirt that I made that's in my Etsy shop right now, how to use a piece of extra or even contrasting fabric to make a waistband that doesn't require buttonholes. Yay! So this skirt's made in the same way as before, but instead of folding it over at the top, I cut a 5-inch wide strip of fabric by the circumference of the skirt, adding about 1 inch for seam allowance. Then I sewed the 2 ends of the waistband together, but only about 2/3 of the way down. After that, I hemmed the 2 sides that are not sewn together. I folded the new waistband in half and stitched it to the top of the skirt from the inside first, and then from the outside, making sure the stitched ends meet neatly at the front center of the waist, with the gap on the outside. Next, I stitched a straight line all the way around about 1 inch from the top, just like before, to create that ruffled waist. Oh my goodness, and we are done with the Molly skirt! This skirt is the perfect transition piece from late summer through autumn. And you could make this skirt in one afternoon using any kind of fabric you want. You could also add some pockets if you like. How fun is that? Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I had a really great time. Let me know in the comments below if there are other projects you'd like me to make for you or what projects you're working on now. Come back and see me soon. Bye for now.